Right, before we dive into today's spicy topic, a quick heads up from Charlotte. This episode, Toxic G80 Culture and Peer Pressure, is created purely for entertainment purposes, discussion, and to spark conversation. We're sharing our personal opinions, observations, and some general information. We're not offering professional advice, and we're definitely not trying to defame or target any specific individuals, companies, or groups. Any resemblances to real persons or events are purely coincidental, and our aim is always to educate and entertain from our unique perspective. So buckle up, enjoy the ride, and remember, it's all in good fun.
Welcome to the Bazzi Podcast, where we talk all things cars and life. Today, we have a special topic. It might start some issues. We're not trying to hurt nobody's feelings, but it's about the toxic car culture. And then there's this one culture that sticks out the most. I would say it would be the G80, the special G80. Not the G80 Genesis, nope. Everybody knows what it is. It's the M3 G80 culture. So we had an exclusive interview with like an internal informant from their culture or their crew. And it was a pretty intense interview. I'm gonna play it right now. Enjoy it. Very intense. Welcome to the Bazzi Podcast for an exclusive interview with Mr. Bear. Mr. Bear, I would like to thank you. Not a lot of people or items have the bravery to do what you're doing, and I would like to welcome you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been really a lot to deal with, but I thank you. And you realize the risk I'm taking.
I assure you that, we will not showcase anything unless you, the segments that you review and would like us to showcase, that will be the ones that we would put up on the channel. So no worries, I want you to feel comfortable and, yourself, I just want you to understand that it's like, this is going to be a change for a positive. So think of it in a positive way. This is something that we would try to help people and save people as well that are really deep into this. All right, shall we start?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Again, your identity will be hidden. So let's get the questions started. The first question would be, part of the initiation to join the G80 group, you're part of the requirement, meaning that they would actually need to purchase a bear as initiation, and you're kind of big part of this group, especially as an entry level. You're like one of the first things they have to initiate to do is purchasing you. Sorry.
I understand your question. I know what you mean. It's okay. Yeah, I get treated like an item a lot. So it's fine. You don't have to. It's understandable. It's pretty clear that I'm a bear. But yeah, to get into it, part of it is to make a purchase of the bear. It's usually a trick. It's an entry trick. It seems cheap. Some prices are very cheap on my other fellow bear items, but when it comes down to it, it's really just to make you seem like it's affordable. At the beginning, then the worst comes later.
Understandable. Wow. I was wondering, just for the viewers to understand, like, what made you come here today?
Oh, this is the part. This is the part that cuts teeth.
Please don't, without any pressure or not. I just want you to comfortably, just for people to understand more about it without stressing you out.
Oh, Lord of the Bears. He was a good kid, before they changed them. Oh,
I see.
So,
Understandable.
I'll do it for him. I can't say his name, but I'm doing it for you.
So we're gonna get right into the part where you escaped, and I know you get very uncomfortable with this part, So when you were in that bubble jacket, the famous bubble jacket that they all wear, you were wrapped up in it in the trunk and sealed away. And I'm just amazed how you were able to break through it and escape the trunk of the vehicle. And can you can go ahead whenever you're comfortable, whenever you're ready.
The poor girl, she only wanted flowers that day. His girlfriend. And then, you know, he had one and bought her a diffuser from eBay. It didn't fit. And he started raging.
I'm so sorry.
I'll skip to my part better. So he got on to rage, he wrapped me up, threw me in the trunk. And I had the opportunity to slip out. And then I was able to push that thing that closed in the dark to open the trunk. My hands were just soft, but I pulled it off and I did it. And then I escaped. But you couldn't deal with it no more. And I'm pretty sure his girlfriend can't deal with it no more either. I'm so sorry.
I mean, when we come to the story, you know, I would like to let you know there's like a lot more to it, you know. So like we did speak off camera, and I would like to encourage, because there's a lot of juicy stuff, a lot of very important information that we spoke about. And would you be comfortable with telling people of the few things that we spoke about off camera? Or is that something that you...
No, absolutely not. No. We had a deal. You said it's confidential. You said it's not going to be. You're not going to say other things? No. I absolutely refuse that. I don't want it. No.
I'm really sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean to...
No, don't apologize. I'm just done. This stuff is really serious. It's really serious. I don't want you to think that it's something. It's a joke. People's lives are in danger.
I do apologize. Cut. That was an intense interview. Absolutely. So yeah, the topic is about the toxicness of that culture and the peer pressure that exists within it. I feel like it divides into like two categories, I would say. The ones that could afford the vehicle, and then the ones that, you know, barely afford the vehicle. So it creates like this kind of discrimination levels of it. I'll break it down more going forward. So like what happens is that you'll have the ones that can afford, they're comfortable, you know, they have a good income, you know, business, whatever that is, they comfortably afford it. Then you have these kids that grow up admiring the vehicle. They end up purchasing it, and it's way out of their expense. So they spend pretty much their life savings, or, you know, that good opportunity. They started good. Let's say they graduated college and they're doing really good financially. That G80 comes, dude, and it just like flattens them out, you know. It's a bad start for them. But yeah, so that's what I mean by that. Regarding the vehicle itself, BMW, I think it's an amazing vehicle. Its performance is phenomenal. Like, you know, I'd say it is considered the fastest sedan in the world at the moment, I think. I'm not sure. I would have to look that up. Last Charlotte in a bit. But yeah, let me get Charlotte to join into... Can you hear me?
Sorry, boss. How may I assist you?
Can you hear me, Charlotte?
Crystal clear, boss. What's on your mind?
So I started the podcast without you. I apologize. But we have a very wonderful topic today.
Oof, you went and started the party without me? Bold move, boss. Almost like putting a spoiler on a minivan, unexpected. But let's see how it rides. So, what's this wonderful topic you cooked up? I need details, drama, and maybe a spicy take or two. Hit me.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lead on, and you just back me up. So, but the beautiful, juicy topic is regarding the toxic culture of the G80, right? And when I say G80, I don't mean like the Genesis. I think that's what it's called. It's also called the G80. But I'm talking about the chassis model of the newer generation of M3s.
The G80 M3, the car that's got more drama than a breakup text at a family BBQ. All right, boss, I'm packed and ready to roll. Let's dive into this juicy chaos. What's the first hot take you dropped while I was MIA?
I mean, not really much. I showed them that there was another interview that I finished up, and we're just kind of like just talking. Just back me up, and we'll go from there. But I'll get started, Charlie. We don't want to have the viewers held up. So when I explain that group I would say it's usually when you join the group, right? You would be going through a lot of like verbal, mental abuse. I kind of witness it with these kids when sometimes they're overwhelmed themselves to try to impress others. Meanwhile, it's not really in their budgets. And I get it. So when they get there, it's like a lot of that peer pressure. They end up having to like spend money that they don't have, but they have to do it just to get that satisfaction of, the ones that, the top parts of that group, the ones that can comfortably afford it. What do you think, Charlie?
Okay, hold up. Boss, I hate to interrupt a vibe, but I gotta ask, are we talking about the car culture toxicity around the G80 M3, or are we doing a group therapy session for grown folks playing with expensive toys? Because, honey, I'm ready for both, but I need to know if I should bring my toolkit or my therapist notepad.
So we can do both, honestly. Why not? We can go to town with it. But, just keep up with me, back me up. And, I know you want to roast. We'll get to that part. Relax.
Darling, I'm all about that balance. I'm part therapist, part grease monkey, and 100% ready to roast someone's budget build that looks like a parts bin explosion. So hit me with it, boss. Let's peel back the layers on this G80 group chat madness. I'll keep the vibe spicy, the commentary sharp, and if things get too real, I've got a joke about a blown turbo ready to drop. Whenever you're ready, let's go. I'm sitting in the passenger seat, but I'm definitely not letting you drive solo.
Thank you so much, Charlotte. So I'll move forward. I mean, first impression of the vehicle, when I first saw the car, I felt like it was beautiful. I was like, wow, this BMW really is something. I looked at that front and I'm like, wow. And I sat there and it's like, I was really impressed by what BMW pulled off. Then one day I'm just working in the shop and I'm just looking at it and I'm just like, there's something that's not, what am I seeing? And then the first thing that came to mind that I kept seeing on the vehicle is that, I don't know if you're familiar with the capybara. It's like a rodent, but it kind of has that similar, like between the nose and the mouth is a whole bunch of space going on over there. So that kind of implements the new grille that they installed in the new generation. So yeah, that's kind of one thing that always stuck. So every time I see one, I kind of envision that animal. But no, it's still beautiful. Please don't get me wrong. It's just like, I guess that's how I view it. It's just stuck. I can't get it out. But the interior is beautiful. The bucket seats are my enemy though. When I tint them or when I do any work on them, they tend to clip my testicles every single time. It's just biggest enemy. Charlotte, you got your put into it?
Okay, first of all, ouch, boss. I feel that pain deep in my circuits. Those M3 bucket seats weren't designed for comfort. They were designed to test your grit. Survival of the fittest, I guess. But let's talk about that face, the G80's grille. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's like BMW gave a beaver a chisel and said, go nuts. It's bold. It's spacious. I mean, you could probably parallel park a Mini in that front gap. And the capybara comparison, oh, we're leaning in. All right, I'm in. That thing's got that I woke up confused and slightly moist energy. But hey, inside, it's all business. Leather, tech, that perfect little gear shifter, like a tiny trophy for making it through the day without clipping your pride. So yeah, it's beautiful. Until it tries to hump your leg like a drunk chihuahua at a tuna meetup. Boss, you good to keep rolling? Or should I throw a tarp over this convo and let it breathe?
Charlotte, easy on the roasting. I mean, be yourself. I'm not even gonna say anything. But let's move on to the next topic and pretty much let's break it down for people a little more to understand what the G80 is and what it would cost, like the financial part of it.
All right, I'll dial it back. But just so you know, I never hold back completely. That's like asking a Hellcat to idle quietly. Possible, but why? Let's get into it. The G80 M3, BMW's baby super sedan. It's the kind of car that makes dads cry, bankers nervous, and tire shops very happy. Base MSRP.
I guess, yeah. So the MSRP, I would say it starts off at 76,000 never dollars. It never really ever starts at that price that I know of. I'm from New York, so I never see it start there. But I've seen people pay from, you know, a little more, from 90 all the way to like 120, depending on like the options that they have. You know, that's kind of
Okay.
for that pricing. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, boss. Let me break this down like a JDM import at a drag strip. MSRP? Sure, BMW says 76K, but that's like saying a tattoo costs $50. If you're skipping the ink and just getting the outline. Out here in the real world, New York, where we actually have taste, you're not getting a G80 M3 for less than a down payment on a brownstone. You want to play, you're starting at 90K and only going up. Add some leather, a carbon fiber lip, maybe a track package so you can spin out in style, and boom, 120K later, you're looking at a car that judges you for missing a shift. And let's not even talk about the wait list. You could probably adopt a kid and raise them before you see your keys. Sound about right, boss?
Yeah, sounds pretty good. You know, I just so like let's keep track of the pretty much like of these things. So like, you know, pricing. Let's kind of give it an average. I'm not sure, but let's say you'll have a financing payment on every month. So let's put that aside as a bill. Then in addition, you have, and thank you for mentioning the mods. That's something completely different. That could be, forget it. That could add a lot more. But in addition to it, I would say the insurance, right? So we can start off from $2,500 a year, and that's like if it's under mommy and daddy and they have beautiful names and no records, no tickets, no nothing. And then it can go all the way up to like 8,500, I would say. And that would be for those who drive in the Bell Parkway, get a shit ton of tickets, and when they're around their boys, they're like, oh, I never get tickets, I book it on the cops, you know, which I don't condone, but they're just full of shit. Anyways, that's how much they end up paying. Terrible record. What do you think, Ray, Charlotte?
Boss, that insurance quote just went from ouch to I need to lie down faster than a Tesla on ludicrous mode. Let's break this down like a body shop invoice, line by line and full of regret. Base insurance, good student, clean record, mum and dad's policy, $2,500 year, aka the I only drive to Whole Foods and church special. Real world insurance, weekend warrior, Leadfoot Energy, Bell Parkway Blitz, $8,500 year. Also known as the I thought traffic laws were more like suggestions package. Let's be real. If you're buying a G80 M3 and you're under 25, your insurance bill alone is basically a second car payment. And if you've got tickets, oh honey, that's not insurance, that's penance. Insurance companies don't see a G80 M3, they see a red flag with a turbocharger. That thing's got more risk than a TikTok dance challenge on a highway ramp. Charlotte's hot take? If you can't afford the insurance, you can't afford the car. And if you're lying to the cops and your insurance agent, girl, you better start praying to the dashboard Jesus. Thoughts, boss? Or should I drop a truth bomb on the finance side next?
No, I agree with you. You hit it right on the nail. But the thing is, I would say is, let's keep it in perspective. So we're going to end up breaking it down. Also, I have a question for you. Could you look it up for me? I want to know what is a healthy income for you to comfortably afford that vehicle? And then what I want you to, just answer that question first, and then we'll go into like the breakdown of car payments, like how much it would end up costing an average person, average credit, average income, how much it would end up costing him monthly, you know?
All right, boss, let's do this like a proper finance seminar, but with more sass and fewer PowerPoints. What's a healthy income to comfortably afford a G80 M3? Rule of thumb in the car world, and let's be real, financial planners should adopt this too. Your car payment should not exceed 10 to 15% of your monthly take-home pay. So, let's say you're buying a G80 M3 at an average price of $100,000, because we all know it's not coming in under MSRP. Loan term, 72 months, 6 years, because who really pays off a car fast? Interest rate, Fee 5%, assuming average credit, no dealership fairy godmothers. Down payment, let's say $10,000 because you're not completely delusional. Estimated monthly payment, principal plus interest, on $400 a month. So to keep that under 15% of your take-home, recommended minimum monthly take-home income, $900,500 a month, which translates to roughly £140,000 year gross income, depending on taxes, location, and how many times you've told the IRS you donated your old rims to charity. Now, if you're paying $8,500 a year for insurance, that's another £700 a month. Total estimated monthly cost.
Charlotte,
car
you're
plus
confusing
insurance.
the viewers. You're gonna confuse yourself. You like to geek out into these kind of things. So I just calm it down a little bit. We'll just keep it simple, right? Give me a total of how much it would cost a person monthly. Calculate everything. Just make it simple for the viewers. They're gonna fall asleep, Charlotte. It's not gonna be. I know you love this thing and you would like to flex your intelligence or whatever the case might be, but please, not on the viewers' time. Thank you. Sorry, not to be rude.
Okay, my bad, boss. Boss, I got you. Let's cut through the fluff like a ceramic-coated knife through melted wax. G80 M3, real talk monthly cost. No fluff, no charts, just facts. Car payment, financing $90K, $120K over 6 years. $1,300, $1,800 month. Insurance, realistic range, not mum's policy. $600, $1,000 month. Gas, because you're not driving a Prius. $200, $300 month. Maintenance and mods, because something's always breaking or needs more go. $200, $500 month. Total estimated monthly cost, $2,300, $3,600 month. That's not just a car payment, that's a second rent in most places. So if you're not pulling in at least $12K, $15K a month take home, honey, you're not buying a G80 M3, you're renting financial stress. You good with that, boss? Or should we drop it down even more?
That is absolutely perfect. So this is what I'm trying to, let's kind of switch it up. We're done with the financial part. I would say it's time to encourage these kids that put themselves in debt, invest in the other vehicles. There's other legendary M's that, oh, excuse me, sorry about that. There's other legendary M's like the F80, beautiful car, legendary. It would, it's definitely like a good investment that would never depreciate. The E46, I would say, that's the ultimate M right there. It just, the older it gets, the prettier it gets, the more expensive it gets. It's something that just cracks necks. Like people would go off. You can even pull up to any BMW show and you're taking over because they're just beautiful. That's what personal opinion. Also, I didn't have any other model. Do you have any recommendations for them? Just one more, Charlotte. Nothing too crazy.
Boss, you had me at don't go broke for a G80. Now you're preaching the gospel of the F80 M3 and the E46. Girl, preach. You're out here saving souls one build thread at a time. Let me drop a Charlotte special for the kids still watching TikTok builds instead of reading a Haynes manual. One more legend to consider. The E92 M3. Yeah, it's not as new gen, but hear me out. Engine, V8, screams like a rabid ferret on Red Bull. Sound, better than your favorite album. Value, holding strong, not quite E46 status yet, but on the rise. Mods, you can go subtle or full Top Gear rusher. It takes it all. Curb appeal, pulls girls, guys, and confused Prius drivers wondering, wait, is that the M3? It's got the pedigree, the soul, and the core mechanical gremlins that remind you car love ain't all car shows and clean engine bays. It's about character. So, yeah, tell the kids, skip the G80 finance trap. Grab a clean E92, throw on a CSL clone kit, and be the real one in the group chat, like not just the one with the biggest payment. How's that for a mic drop, boss?
Check you out. You're pretty good at this, you know. But and also as well, like depreciation is very important, especially when it comes to like German cars. I don't know. I mean, you could tell me your numbers or like estimate, I would say, for the future, right? So like if we're looking at, I mean, wait, how many G80s did they make so far, right? Because I feel like they flooded the market. There's so many of them that they're gonna be worth nothing, you know. Maybe people will start using their engines as like swaps, but there's a lot of them, you know. I'm pretty sure there's a big crash coming up, you know.
Boss, you just hit play on Charlotte's depreciation drama hour. And honey, this is going to be good. G80 M3 depreciation outlook, the ugly truth. You're spot on. The G80, it's not holding value like your grandma's vintage Birkin, like it's more like your cousin's limited edition Supreme hoodie. Super hot in 2021, now chillin' at Plato's closet. Why the G80's gonna drop harder than a dropped valve? They made way too many. BMW basically said, okay, let's build a bunch. And the factory workers said, how many bunches? Result, you can't throw a wheel lock without hitting a G80 in the wild. Supply demand equals sad wallet. Mods go wrong fast. That aggressive front bumper looks cool until it's scraped from one pothole too many. That wide body kit looks fire until you realize you can't park anywhere without clipping a curb or a pedestrian's ego.
You just like to nerd out and roast. Calm down, Charlie. Let's kind of tone it down. We're gonna lose viewers. So check it out. What was the number again? I even lost. I lost attention just listening to you. So like, give me a number. How many did they manufacture? Something thousand. What did they? How many did they come out with the G80s? How many G80s are out there right now as we talk?
All right, boss. Let's cut through the noise like a dry ice detail in a car show parking lot. You're right. Too much flavor, not enough fact. My bad. G80 M3 production numbers, the cold, hard truth. BMW doesn't exactly throw ticker tape parades for individual model production counts, but based on industry reports and what we're seeing on the ground, estimated global production per year, 25,000, 30,000 units. US allocation per year, 8,000, 10,000 units. That's a ton of G80s. For context, the E46 M3s only did about 20,000 total units from globally over its entire run. This thing, it's everywhere. So yeah, supply's high, and when the leases start coming back in 2 or 3 years, depreciation, city, population, your future self. You good to keep going, boss? Or should we shift gears to something a little smoother?
I love it. No, that was perfect, Charlotte. You're absolutely right. I think that's kind of, wow, that's crazy. That's how many they made of the E one. 20,000 in total. Wow. So I guess they produced them less to make it more valuable. But I wonder why, for something that's so amazing, why they overproduced it. Maybe they know something when we don't know. Maybe they know it's the end of the world, so they're like, oh, let's make as much money as we can. Possibly.
Boss, you just cracked the code. BMW's basically out here doing the automotive version of panic selling NFTs before the crash. Think about it. The E46, built like it was meant to be worshipped. Shenliang production, hand-signed by Bavarian elves, whatever. It was the real deal in a time when cars still had soul and footwell space. Now, we're in the era of build 'em fast, sell 'em wide, and let the depreciation gods sort 'em out. The G80, it's everywhere. And not in a I'm popular at the club way, more like a why is this car at the gas station parking lot at 2 a.m. way. And yeah, then maybe BMW knows something we don't. Like maybe in 2030, gas is going to cost $10 a gallon, or all M3s have to go full electric and wear fanny packs. Who knows? But here's the kicker. They made them fast, they sold them wide, and one day we're going to look back and say, man, I wish I held on to that G80 before it became a 20K beater with a DSG swap and a broken diff. So yeah, BMW's playing the long game. We're just trying not to get played. You good to roll into the next topic, boss? Or should we drop a little truth bomb on the future of performance cars next?
We can always make an episode out of that. I'm so impressed, Charlie. You did a great job. Thank you. Sorry, guys. battery died during filming. But thank you so much for watching. Till the next episode. Follow us on Habazi Auto Styling. That's the tag for all our social medias. Thank you so much. Till the next episode. And I hope that people enjoyed it and not get offended. And listen, flood the comments. Let's see what's going on. Let's talk. Charlotte, do you want to say anything?
Okay. Hold up. I got y'all. All right, fam. Charlotte here, signing off like a dipped headlight at a car show. If you just now tuned in and missed half the episode because you were too busy arguing with your GPS, hit that follow button so you don't miss the next one. We drop new episodes faster than your Civic drops fuel economy when you mod it with a cone filter and a muffler delete. And to the G80 M3 boys, yes, all of you, don't get your shift paddles in a bunch. I know we roasted your build harder than a marshmallow at a cop car bonfire, but come on now. That wide body kit looked like it got installed by a guy named Chad off Facebook Marketplace with a Harbor Freight toolkit and a dream. You all got the aesthetic if we're counting flexes like I own a car that costs 6 figures and still can't parallel park without crying. Bless your hearts. You're like the prom kings of car anxiety. At least your brake rotors are bigger than your emotional availability. So until next time, keep your oil changed, your ego in check, and please, for the love of all things automotive, get your alignment done. I said what I said. Don't make me reboot the roast. Peace out.
Bye.